welcome back to my channel, and today we have part 4 of my updated palette collection for the first half of the year. And this is the face palette section, so this shouldn't take nearly as long as the other sections. So let's, without a further ado, go ahead and get through this. So first I have this old Profusion blush and bronzer thing. There were brushes here, they're over my brush collection. Let's see. So that is what these look like. They're still super creamy, and so I love these two. This almost actually works as a highlight slash this one here almost works as a highlight slash bronzer on my skin tone, but this is a bronzer that I generally use. And then if I get too dark in the summer, I can also go ahead and go in with this one as well and mix the two. And that usually actually gives me a really good bronzing color for the summer. The two, let me just, so that since they're matte, I don't want to actually go in with them unless it's dry. So these are the two blushes that I really like, this one and then this one. So yeah, they still actually perform really well. I love all these, and we'll definitely be keeping this in my collection. So yeah, let's see, the two of the blushes I really like are Warm Peach and Soft Rose. So yeah, that's that. And then next we have the True and Luscious Lucky Glow palette, bronze and highlight palette. There is actually a blush as well. So let's see, this one is actually one of my favorites for sure. And it's a nice little highlight there. And then the bronzers, this one's a little light, but it works. It's not the best. Here, I'll do it on this side so that you can sort of see more what it looks like. See, it's fairly visible. And then this one is a little better, but it's not great for my skin tone. And that's what that looks like. So it does work, it's just not the best. It depends on what foundation I use, yada yada. And then I do like this blush, so this is a really nice blush color. And yeah, so I do like this palette, especially for the highlights and the blush. The bronzers are not quite my skin color tone, so I'm not quite the right tone for my skin color. There, that's what I was trying to say. And then next I have the Natasha and Diamond and Blush. This is in Daria. So there are a couple cream products here. I'm not going to swatch them because I don't like to touch them outside of use. And then but let's see, here's one highlighter, and then another highlighter, and then we'll just go ahead and do the third highlighter. But they're the three non-cream highlighters. I really like them. Really like this palette. I love the fact that it comes with a little protector thing so that the powders don't get in there. Yeah, so super happy to have this. I got this at a huge sale through BoxyCharm, so super happy to have this. Next I have this face palette by Katherine Cosmetics. I think this is Strength, although I'm not 100% sure. Looks like this. These shadows are crap. I will show you them anyway. Let's see. So there they are. They're super powdery. It's not very bright. Just sort of. I do like the two. I do like the two blushes and the highlight here, and this is a nice finishing powder. So yeah, here. So this, that's what the highlight, and then let's see. And here's the darker one. So, and then there are the two blushes and the highlight. Yeah. So that's actually not bad at all. I do like the pigmentation there, and I do like the colors. But I just don't think to reach for it because the shadows are so much not okay. I have the Aura Life All You Need Is Love Illuminating Kit. Just 4 highlighters. They're, you know, okay. They're pretty subtle, but there they are. All 4 of them. Like this one and this one the best. These 2 are fine, but you know. Yeah, don't reach for this a lot, but I do like keeping it in my collection. Do love the pan size. Huge. Then I have this Ofra, and it is the Mini Mix Palette Good to Go. This is my, I think my only Ofra palette. And I like the concept. I love the 4 highlighted shades. And then I love these 2 here, the green and the reddy pinky color over here, and also this one down here. And then I love these 2 as well, and they all work well for my skin tone. So like this palette, just don't think to reach for it automatically because it's here. But you know, that's more of a me problem than an it problem. Next we have the Tarte Pro Glow. Tarte Pro Glow palette. Dug my nail in there, as you can see. I do like these 2. And then these work. Once again, not the best. They are a little light, but not like outrageous. I can make them work. You can actually see them on my skin, which is an improvement. The blushes, once again, also a little light. There are the 2 blushes, but you know, I can make it work. It's not my ideal palette. And yes, the packaging is super messy because, as I said, I dug my nail into it, etc. Let me see if I can clean it up at all. Okay, yeah, that's a little better. Okay, that does clean up. So there you go. Yeah. And this is my favorite face palette. This is the Becca. This was a holiday release. I want to say a couple years ago now, 2018 maybe. I think it's 2018. Could have been 2017, but one or the other. And this is the Becca Key Glow face palette. And, so it has rose quartz and then icicle. And then let's see, what's the winterberry, then something copper, yeah, blushed copper, opal, and then bronzed bondi. I really like this palette. It has 2 of my favorite highlighters. I actually really like icicle 2 for inner corner. Love the blush. This one I occasionally use, but not super often. This is more like a blush bronzer, so I'd use it if I wanted, you know, I could and actually even highlighter combined. It's sort of like all 3 combined, so I could use that all over my cheek. Be good. This bronzer I love in the winter. It's right here. It's a little light for me at this time of year, but yeah. So yeah, just really like this. I'm really sad that Becca's going away, but I'm not getting rid of this then for any reason. Let's see. Then I have the iconic London Blaze Chaser Face palette. Just looks like this. It's a nice palette. It's very similar to a lot of other palettes I have, so I'm not going to swatch it, but I do like it and do occasionally dip into it. Next I have the Kenya Ontiveros Beauty, let's see, Blush and Shine Kit. It's like faux crocodile, like outside and on the inside. So this is a nice deep palette. I do like it for that reason. These are highlights and these are blushes. So here, I'll just swatch this one for you. Top row first. So these are all the highlights. And then I'll get the blushes. Really like that burnt orange color. So the top three are the highlighters and the bottom three are the blushes. So this is Lights, Camera, Shine, and then a Zuala, XOXO, and Gemini. That might be why I really like that color. I'm a Gemini. So I just had my birthday a few days ago, so yeah. Then I have the Sazia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit. I really like this one when I want like a sort of iridescent like type look. Love these. Sorry if I am hitting the tripod, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, I really like these as highlights and or lid topper shades, depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, those are super nice. And actually, as long as I'm talking about that, we'll go ahead and mention this one. This is the KVD, or actually this time Kat Von D Alchemist Holographic Palette. This is both for eyes and face. But here, let me just get those so that you can see those are near. Because these are very similar. Have some differences, but they're very similar. And so those are those four, and then those are the Anastasias. So KVD Beauty and the Moonchild by ABH. Yeah, so just wanted to show you those two at the same time, because they are so similar. Yeah, so this is a face and eye highlighter palette. So I keep it with my face palettes because that's what I use it more with. So that's what's there. Next we have Pretty Vulgar Nesting Bee Face. So it has some bronzers, some highlighters, and some blushes. Just a nice little palette. Enjoy the quality. Really like the Hush blush, which is one actually I have and on its own. It's that. I have this actually in its own little thing. And then yeah, I really like this Ego. And then also this darker bronzer is actually really nice. And you can see it actually shows up on my skin tone, so that's nice. So yeah, I really enjoyed this palette. Next I have the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette in medium light. I can go either way with this, so this one works, and then the one that's medium dark also works. So or tan dark or whatever it's called also works. So I just have this one, so this is the one I would show you. Love the two highlighters, like the blush. Contour is a little light, but it can be used in the winter more, but you can still see it. It's right there, so it definitely works. Then it has a finishing powder and a brightening powder. So yeah, it's a nice little palette and I enjoy it. And I have a couple pure palettes. This first one is the Midnight Masquerade Face Palette. Looks like this. These two are highlights, these two are blushes, and this is the eyepiece. However, you can use it, any of it, anywhere. So yeah, I like it, the versatility of it. And then this is the Pure Sculptor palette. So this is the bronze and highlighter palette. So I actually really like these highlighters. And then this bronzer is the one that I can use mainly because it's even really dark. So I have to go in with a very light hand, but I can definitely use it. The other one, like, if I have managed to actually spend a substantial amount of time out in the sun in the summer, I can use the darker one in conjunction with the lighter one. Next, I have a couple e.l.f. palettes. They're both cream palettes. The first is the cream contour. Looks like this. I can use this one in the winter, but I generally use these two this time of year. I'm not going to swatch it because it is cream. But yeah, nice looking. And then this is a blush palette in bold. This one is beautiful. It also is cream, but I will go ahead and swatch this one because I really do like a couple of these. So this is one, and then this is the other one I really like. So I'll just watch these two. But yeah, that's what they look like, a little bit diluted out. And then if you want, let's see. And then yeah, so I mean, they're just really nice, and I really enjoy them. So yeah, they're nice cream palettes, and I need to actually pull them out more to use them because I know cream doesn't last forever, and I like cream and all year round. Yeah, so those are there. And then I have this Too Faced Cocoa Contour. Looks like this. So these are like highlighter shades, and these are contour shades. The medium ones basically work for me. can't really see it because it's a white. And then this is a little light even for right now, but it works in the fall because this is a little dark. I wonder if I mix the two together. Here, let me try something. If I can come up with it. Oh yeah, that's actually much better. So actually, if I mix the two darker ones together, this is what I get, and that's actually perfect, and I like that. So I might actually end up doing that. But yeah, so I have this. And I have a little Play Bento box by Kajal in Cloud Latte. So this is the medium one. So it has a little blush, highlight, and then it has a cream cream bronzer. Really like that. And let's see, I have this Kinder Beauty highlight palette, Kinder Glow. So I like the cute pink packaging, and then love the highlights. Here, I'll just swatch all four. And that's what those four look like. I really enjoy this little palette. And then have the older Alamar Cosmetics Colorette blush trio. I love these. And it's so soft and buttery. So there are those three. I really enjoy the colors here. And this is in medium tan, I want to say. Yeah, medium tan. And then I have the Pure medium tan 4-in-1 perfecting powders. Looks like this. Here, this is a finishing powder. This is the bronzer. The blush. I love the color of the blush. And the highlight. So yeah, there are those four there. The finished powders up here. I'm not sure you can see that, but yeah. And the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight. Beautiful. And then this is Ace Beauty's Bronzed in Paradise. Looks like this. I generally can use those two, this in the winter, that if I get insanely dark, which I doubt I ever would, so probably these three are the ones that I tend to go towards. This is the Too Faced 2019 Holiday Face Palette piece. Actually really enjoy it. I like this. Beautiful. And so yeah, it's actually a really nice palette. This is a little lighter than I'd want to go, and let's see, here on this side that actually has color. That's what it looks like on that side. Yeah. And I have the Lovecraft Beauty bronzer palette. Just looks like that. I can use this one in the winter, this one right now, and this one if I get darker in the summer. And I have the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. I think this is called, what's it called? Chisel palette. So it has a couple highlighters here and then 4 bronzers here. I can use these 3 of those plus these 2. This in the winter occasionally if I'm super light. So yeah, I mean, these 2 are just, you know, your basic matte highlights for like brow bone and stuff. And then, let's see, that. So those are what the 4 bronzers look like. This one, as I said, is right now it's too light for me, but in the winter I can totally use it. Those 3 I can use all year, just depending on what undertones I want. So yeah, I mean, I like this palette. I don't use it too often. I forget about it a lot. I forget about a lot of these a lot. So I have so many singles, bronzers, blushes, and highlights, and whatnot. So yeah, then I have these 2, which are L'Oreal Los Angeles. They're the Lit Kit. I have both of them. They're both highlighter palettes. I have glazed and bronze. So we'll start with glazed, which is the lighter of the 2. And these are the last 2 palettes I have to talk about. So I love this color. Just going to say it. Beautiful. And this one. So I love Rose All Day in the glazed palette, and then in the bronzed palette. I love this Gold Rush. And I can wear both of these pretty much all the time. But yeah, I love that one as well. That reminds me a lot of Fenty Beauty's Kilowatt. Highlighter, which I have as a single. Here, let me actually grab it just so I can show you. Oops, drawer. So, Kilowatt looks like this. And here we'll use clean finger. And I'll swatch it right next. So, I mean, like, nearly identical. In fact, I like L'Oreal's a little better. It's a little bit more opaque. Yeah, this can be built up. So, I mean, I dare you to tell me which is which, if you didn't know. So here, I'll show it with against that. So yeah, seriously, I dare you to tell me which one is which. But yeah, I really enjoy those particular shadows, and yeah, with that, that is my face palette collection. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.